Well, today I'm in Richmond, Missouri. I had to stop and think. I started to say Richmond, Virginia, but it's Richmond, Missouri. Kind of just about 30 minutes from Kansas City. And we're here to visit a hero from 1985. You may not know his name, but I guarantee you'll recognize the picture. If you were alive in 1985 and you were able to watch TV, you saw this man's face on TV for about 17 days. So let's take a look at it. We're here at Memory Garden in Richmond. This is John Lee Testrake, and John was the pilot of a airline, TWA airline, that was a 727 that was hijacked on June 14th, 1985. It was hijacked by the Shiite militiamen, Muslims. It was en route from Athens to Rome, and there were 145 passengers on board. There were 8 crew members. He was ordered to take the plane to Beirut. He took it to Beirut. All these different places that these Shiites wanted to go, they refused them landing rights there. And John, in his almost frustrated tone, you can hear video of him just ordering these controllers to let him land, or they were going to crash the plane. This happens numerous times. This guy kept a cool head on his shoulders under a terrible amount of chaos. And this was the main news story for 17 days in 1985. They went on to land in Beirut, and during that time the hostages were held. They had to keep their heads between their knees, and the 2 people that originally hijacked the plane ended up picking up, I think, 10 more Shiite Muslims in Beirut. So there were, I think, about 12 people that were holding all these people hostage. Now, they did let quite a few of them go over a period of time. One of the real sad things about this is that they singled out anybody that looks like an American or an American soldier. And a United States Navy diver named Robert Stetham, he was shot and killed and beaten and thrown out the door of the plane onto the tarmac, just like a piece of meat. I distinctly remember all this happening on the news as it transpired. This went on for 17 days. Eventually, everybody was released and nobody else was harmed. There were quite a few of the Navy people on board. I think there was 4 or 5 of them maybe, and the rest of them were beaten badly or just scared to death. I don't think the normal passengers were beaten at all, but if they thought you were an American serviceman, you were definitely in for trouble. But this guy was a true hero, and was just about 2 years away from retiring, because the airline was going to make him retire. He ended up getting hijacked that day. Now you can see he died in 1996. I believe he died from cancer. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. His wife that he was married to at the time, I think she is still alive. She's not buried here, but his first wife is buried here. Patricia is buried here, and they had a son named Alan, and he's buried here. But I've always had a lot of respect for this guy. He took a bad situation and was a very, very calming influence on it, and was, you know, there's pictures of him with his head hanging out the window, and he's got a gun to his head. So this was a trying situation for him, and I'm just so grateful that it turned out the way it did. And part of it was because of John's handling of the situation. But rest in peace, John. Thank you guys so much for watching.